welcome back to the farm. Oh, it feels so good to do a video out here in the sunshine and in the farm, in the garden. Oh, it feels so nice. It is about 60 degrees out, nice breeze blowing, just enough to need a light sweater. And I am out here because I am planning and doing a little bit of planting for 2021 garden season. If you're new here, my family and I, we purchased 36 acres in the mountains of North Georgia, and we originally had bought this land with the intent and the purpose on farming and growing to sell to our community, but things in our life have changed, and we have decided that we are going to take this land that the Lord has given us and focus on growing food for our family. I'm excited that spring is officially 2 weeks away. I'm trying not to get my hopes up because it feels like spring so much right now, and be disappointed if a really bad frost comes through, because it can happen. Our last frost date isn't technically until May 1st. However, if you talk to any local farmer here, they're going to tell you Mother's Day weekend. Don't plant your tomatoes or your peppers, your okra, cucumbers, all those really warm, loving plants until Mother's Day. So yesterday I started a lot of cool weather crops, and the greenhouse is really full of a lot of cool weather crops. Things like broccoli and cauliflower, kales, lettuces, collards, mustards. I've got some celery in there, a few herbs. I have a lot of herbs left over from last season. I have a lot of thyme plants still that I'm going to pull out of this main garden and create a little herb perennial area. I also went ahead and tried direct sowing some spinach, some pak choi, and some Chinese cabbage, which is like a Napa cabbage. I want to learn how to make kimchi this year, so we'll see. And I know that was kind of risky. I tend to be a little risky when it comes to growing. Like last year, someone said, don't plant radishes in the fall, they'll never do well. I was picking radishes out of that bed in the snow. They did just fine. So I tend to pay more attention to what, the seed packet, for example, will tell you exactly what temperatures they can tolerate and not tolerate. And sometimes I think people forget about that when they're giving advice. And I'm like, but it says here it's frost hardy, and it says here it can withstand temperatures down into the 20s. Why can't I plant this right now? So I don't know. That could be totally wrong approach. I could be reading into it completely wrong. But I'm going to try it. And if it doesn't work, I've got some seedlings already started. I'll just put in that spot. But my thought behind this is, if it does work, that's less seeds I have to start and baby along the way. I'll still have to, go out and make sure they're being watered and weeded and all of that stuff. If the temperatures are going to be too harsh, I got to make sure they're covered. But as far as like putting them in my dining room under the grow lights and bringing them out to the greenhouse, and I got to worry that the greenhouse is closed, not open, and all that stuff, if I don't have to worry about all of that until it comes time to plant my tomatoes and peppers, that's less work for me in the long run. So it's just a little experiment. I'm going to see how it goes, but hey, I know that I can grow radishes in the fall, so it's a win-win. Also, we planted carrots last fall. Something's clanking over there. It's a little nerve-wracking. We planted carrots last fall, and we've been pulling carrots out of this bed right here for months. Some of them are really good size, and it worked, and the kids are excited. They run over, they pick carrots, and to me that was a win. So I know that maybe that was a fluke, but I'm going to try it again this year. These are some onions I picked up from a local farm. Was selling these, I gotta weed it, but was selling these at the end of season last year, and we've just had them out here overwintering, and they're doing so good. I am so excited. This might be the year we have onions. And then right here we've got some garlic. I planted a soft neck and a hard neck garlic, and those are coming up really well. I gotta come through here, weed it, and remulch it. We had an extremely wet winter. I mean, more rainy days. It was just crazy. And I was really worried that the garlic was gonna become soft and rotten under the ground, but from what I'm being told and what I'm reading, if the tops are green and bright and happy, then you know everything under the ground is. So, fingers crossed, I'm going to have a good garlic season this year. My goodness, it looks like I have some cilantro from last year coming up. This was a bed of cilantro and dill. And I think we don't eat... I take that back. I think if my kids had good snap peas straight from the garden, they would eat them. However, they're not big pea eaters, but I'm determined to try it and grow it and know whether or not that's a good vegetable that they're going to snack on. If they don't, it's not going to go to waste. So I've got friends and family and plenty of chickens that would be happy to take it. But I guess you could say method or style of gardening we're going with is I really like a market style garden. To me, I find it visually appealing. I like the science behind it. I like the way it's set up. So we're doing 50-foot beds, 30 inches wide, and which is 2.5 feet, and an 18-inch walkway. But we're going to switch it up. So every other walkway will be 18 inches, and then we'll do a walkway that I can fit my garden cart through, and then we'll do a walkway that's 18 inches. I don't want to do every walkway that can fit the garden cart because I feel like that you kind of lose some growing space. But I want to be able to get the cart through so when I'm harvesting or amending beds, I have everything right there with me. And then we'll go ahead and we'll mulch the aisles, and I'm doing a deep mulch cover on them to help with weed suppression and moisture retention. I've seen a lot of people have really good success on that, and I'm really excited to try it. We have no short supply of hay and bedding from animals. My mother-in-law has a horse, so we've got access to all that good stuff. I don't really want to lay down landscape fabric, which we talked about doing. It just adding just more stuff. I think it's just kind of an unnecessary expense for us, being that we have access to hay that the animals have used, so there's fertilizer in that, and we also have access to local hay that's treated well. So yeah, there's that. End this video here in the greenhouse. Everything is going to get some water, and I just love it in here. I am so glad I tried this. Don't be afraid to try new things this season and give it a shot, because I'm telling you, so many things I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to try growing that, or I'm going to try doing this. Sometimes it doesn't work, but then when it does, it's just awesome and it's exciting and it brings you joy. So thanks for gardening with me today, and I will see you on the next video.